In this LEGO Star Wars The Skywalker Saga video, I will be telling you everything you need to know before you buy the Rebels and Obi-Wan Kenobi DLC packs. Before we delve into my review of these two DLC packs, make sure you do subscribe to this channel so you won't miss any future Skywalker Saga videos, including news updates and DLC videos. So today, November 15th, two new DLC packs released for the Skywalker Saga, the Obi-Wan Kenobi and Rebels character packs. If you're wondering where the Book of Boba Fett and the Andor packs are, they will release on November 29th. So one of the DLC packs that released today is a good variety, whilst the other one leaves a lot to be desired. I want to start on a positive note, so before we get into the very bad stuff, let us begin with the Star Wars Rebels pack. The first character we will take a look at is probably one of the best characters in this pack. No, one of the best DLC characters so far, and she's the cover art star of this pack, and it's Sabine. So as a character model, it's pretty good. It's a brand new LEGO character model that has not been made by LEGO before. This is made by TT Games based on a Season 3 appearance. That's right, you can't get this as a real LEGO minifig, so TT Games took some inspiration from the earlier season's LEGO minifig, as well as the Star Wars Rebels show, to create this. She mostly reuses animations from female heroes, but that still makes sense for her, and they are still fluid and work well with her character. But the surprise is, she's not part of the hero class. She's actually a bounty hunter. Yes, that's right, she's part of the bounty hunter class, which definitely gives that character class a lot more variety compared to the hero class, which is very saturated. It's just got so many now, it's absolutely huge, so I think some people will be pleasantly surprised, even though it doesn't really make much sense, but nevertheless, she's part of this class. She doesn't get to use her jetpack though, which I think is a disappointment. I know some people will comment that she definitely deserved a jetpack to use, and I think so as well, but nevertheless, that is not included. However, despite having the same blasters as Captain Rex, she does shoot both guns when you pull the trigger, whereas Captain Rex fires just one, so that's yet another change that is somewhat similar to another character, but is a little bit different. Because of this difference, she does have far more recoil, which is far less accurate than Captain Rex. You can deal twice as much damage in one trigger pull. Sabine also comes with a cool new idle animation that's unique to her. It involves her dual blaster pistol, similar to how Captain Rex's animation does, but again, it's a completely different animation, it just involves those two blasters, and it's great to see that they did include something unique for her. So when you add all of these different points up, she's by far one of the most unique DLC characters in the game by far. She doesn't have any voice lines, just some grunts, but I still think a lot of people will be very happy with her, and she really stands out among all of the other more boring characters included with the DLC. Moving on to the next character, who is one of the most requested DLC characters of the lot, and it's Admiral Thrawn. He uses the real LEGO minifig that was created several years ago, and with this LEGO minifig, he reuses Tarkin's animations, except for this cool idle animation that does suit Thrawn. I'm glad they added this little bit of personality for this character. Not much else to say, to be honest. He's part of the villain class, and like I said, he works pretty much just like Tarkin. There is no voice lines, but there are some grunts. I think people will just be happy to get this character model in the game, even though there are no voice lines. A new Jedi enters the fray, and it's Ezra Bridger. So this is a good new character model that LEGO have not made before. They did make his previous early season appearances in LEGO, but this is his Season 3 appearance. Some people will be happy with this, some people will not prefer it, but that's just the way it goes. I will say that there is a little bit of a uniqueness with this character because he has a black lightsaber hilt, which none of the other Jedi characters do have. I think some people will have wanted the piece for his blaster lightsaber hilt, but that is not included, and he has fluid combat animations, along with a unique idle animation as well. I think this is a nice touch to include, and he doesn't have any voice lines, but does have some grunts. Kanan is similar, but quite different to Ezra in a few ways, even though he is part of the Jedi class. There are no voice lines or grunts, but he does have this idle animation, but I would say it's probably far too short and simple compared to the others in this DLC. And there is something that I think is a bit awkward. So he's one of the few Jedi that don't actually roll when jumping. It just feels and looks awkward, in my opinion. You are able to do flips when jumping if you do an attack first, but that's just what Yarl Poof can do. He doesn't roll when jumping, but when he attacks, you are able to roll. So I don't know if this is a bug or this is intentional, but if you angle the camera correctly, you are actually able to see his face, his eyes and stuff, behind the blindfold. Hera uses the real LEGO minifig that was created for her several years ago. No changes there, and I would say she's probably the weakest character in this entire pack. She doesn't even include an idle animation, unlike every single of the other characters, so it would have been nice to have had her get that idle animation. I just don't know why they didn't make her one when they gave all the other 4 one. It's very strange. She doesn't come with any voice lines or grunts. So in conclusion then, is this pack worth your money? That's what you want to know. And it is. It's probably one of the best DLC packs there is, in my opinion, for this game. I personally am no Star Wars Rebels fan. I've basically not seen any of Star Wars Rebels. I just don't care for it at this moment in time. But it offers a great variety of classes. You get a villain, a hero, a bounty hunter, and 2 Jedi. You get cool new idle animations, which I am a huge fan of in this game. The character designs are good. There are nice, vibrant colours in this pack. It's totally worth the £2.49 or $3. And if you do get the season pass, well, it's included. It's just a great overall all-rounder pack. And I think a lot of people will be very happy with this pack. Despite the no voice lines, that is a real shame, I have to admit. It's just needed in these DLC packs, but it's obvious TT Games aren't doing them. Unfortunately, this great DLC pack is now probably going to be overshadowed by the Obi-Wan Kenobi pack. Let's just get into it. So the Ben Kenobi skin is a cool new skin. It's very different to all of his other appearances in the game. It's just got the same hairpiece as the Summer Vacation pack figure, but if you don't have that, then you've got this cool new hairpiece from the show. He has the new poncho piece, which is good to see, and I just think he does look cool in this skin. But there is no custom idle animation, which is automatically downgraded from most of the Star Wars Rebels DLC characters. And the others in this pack as well, which I will talk about in just a moment. There is, however, some voice line interactions with characters such as Anakin, so that is a plus there. I know people will be happy about that. Moving on to Reva, and just like her real LEGO minifig, it includes the Inquisitor lightsaber hilt, which is cool, and I know a lot of people will be happy to see that. She doesn't get any voice lines, which is a shame, just a few grunts, but does have a new, unique idle animation specifically for her. It lasts several seconds, it's not just a quick one, and I think people will be happy with this. It does add a little bit more to this character, but there is a weird issue with this minifig. Reva does not have gloves on, which she has on in the show, and the real LEGO minifig that TT Games created this character on, so that is just an oversight that needs sorting. I don't know why they've done that. It's probably just a mistake, but it should be fixed because you're paying for this DLC. The fifth brother is similar to Reva as it uses a real LEGO minifig. It includes that Inquisitor lightsaber hilt, which is cool. There are no voice lines, just grunts, which is a shame, and it reuses Maul's animations. But it does come with this funny, new and unique idle animation though. It lasts several seconds. It's one of the longest, I think, of any character in the entire game. I'm very happy they've included this. It just adds a bit more character to this character. It doesn't make sense why Ben Kenobi didn't get one and the fifth brother got one, but I'm still glad they did include this one. It's just a great extra to have with this character pack. And then we have the Grand Inquisitor, who is very similar to the other two. They're all part of the Dark Side class, which does bump up that character roster for that class a little bit more, so that's good. But there are no voice lines, and I just feel like it's a missed opportunity to have all of these three speak together, interact and stuff, because they could have been funny, but he only has one lightsaber blade, which I feel like Reva uses more in the show than him, so the Grand Inquisitor probably should have had 2 blades in this character rather than the one, and Reva probably could have just had the one, but that's just my opinion. It just seems like she used it more. He does have one of the best idle animations, though, of any character. It's new and unique, and he hovers with the lightsaber. So coming off the back of some really good idle animations and cool characters, the Darth Vader character in this pack is so disappointing. People thought when it was revealed we'd be getting a battle-damaged Darth Vader with a cracked helmet. I thought this because it makes sense. That's what we see in the show. But no. We just get this. Darth Vader, without his helmet on, with the burnt Anakin head. This is not worth money. We could have had Ned B, or Tala, or both of them, for that matter, and we just got this Vader. Another Vader that, honestly, I don't think many people will use, and it's just so disappointing, because we could have had something so cool, and we got this. Doesn't make sense, in my opinion. I think this really lets this character pack down, because this is a wasted slot, in my opinion. They should have just had Ned B in there. A very unique character that has a real LEGO minifig. We don't get a cracked helmet, we just get Anakin's head on Vader's body. So overall, is it worth it? Is it worth your money? Well, I think if you're an Obi-Wan Kenobi fan or an Inquisitor fan, then it's a must-have. You get 3 Inquisitors, you get another Obi-Wan Kenobi. It just makes sense. The Inquisitors are similar to each other, but do offer some new idle animations, and they do fight a bit different from each other, and I think people will be happy to play as them in the game. But it's probably one of the weakest DLC packs because of that Darth Vader. It just lets it down so much. When you compare it to, say, the Rogue One pack, which includes like 7 characters, or the Star Wars Rebels pack, which we've just seen has a great variety, or even one of the Mandalorian packs, this is just not worth it, and it costs the same separately. I do suppose if you combine it with the Rebels pack, it does go well, because you get the 5th Brother and the Grand Inquisitor, so that's a good thing, but aside from that, that's just my review on both of these 2 new DLC packs. Let me know down in the comment section below your thoughts on anything I've shared in this video. Drop a like to help support the channel, and I will make a video like this for the final 2 DLC packs when they do release, so stay tuned for that, subscribe. And if you did miss any of my previous Skywalker Saga videos, click on the playlist on screen right now, and I shall see you in my next Skywalker Saga video. Goodbye.